Hello, am I audible now?
Yes.
At last,
Okay, great.
Yes.
you were not
Thank you.
audible before.
Yeah, actually, I have disconnected the audio also, but no luck. Fine. Good that at least now it is properly audible. Let me share my screen and let's start today's work. So let's do a quick revision of day 4 affirmation and journaling. We'll not do an extensive revision because we have done it earlier. Today we'll just do it quickly. So in day 4, it was all about day 4 was all about letting go of the past. And the affirmations related to that were I am willing to let go. I release. I let go. I release all tensions. I release all fear. I release all anger. I release all guilt. I release all sadness. I let go of all all old limiting beliefs. I let go of everything which is not serving me right now. And I am at peace. I am at peace with myself. I am at peace with the process of life. That means I am in total acceptance and I am safe. So these are the affirmations. These are the affirmations of let go. And we have discussed how to understand what is that we are holding, which is not serving us, and we need to let go of them. So those things we have discussed yesterday. And the 4 categories, anyone remembers those 4 categories? The broad 4 categories in which we are supposed to do the journaling.
Yeah. Criticism, fear, guilt, and resentment.
Great, great, Anita ji. So really glad that it looks like you have done it. So people who have done the journaling work, they will be able to definitely remember. So we are supposed to create 4 columns, and heading to each of these columns, whatever thoughts and emotions and experiences come, we are supposed to put them in the proper column. For example, if one of the categories of the thought that came to our mind is of resentment or fear, then we need to write the affirmations like I now choose to release all the fear that I am experiencing. If it is of resentment, then I now choose to release, choose to. See, we are not saying should. If you all are remembering, we have discussed very clearly that we are not going to use should anymore, or it is contextual. Most of the times we are using the should in the statements just like as a compulsion, as a matter of compulsion, or as a matter of perfection. So it is not ideal, and it is also not possible to be ideal in almost every aspect of life. It is also not correct to expect to be idealistic from others, not from the self, not from the others. So we have decided to use could more of most of the time, but not should. It's a different thing that we should not feel very much restricted that okay should be out of our dictionary, not like that. We'll be restricting the use of the word should where this kind of context comes. So it is all contextual. It is not that we are kind of completely wiping out this word from our dictionary. So in the affirmation we are going to use I choose to, not I should release all hurt and resentment. Rather, we are saying I choose to. So when I say choose to, I experience the freedom and the power. It is who It is I who is going to choose. And when it is a choice, we experience freedom. And the sense of freedom brings major advantage or major uh, change, transformation in us. Then the next steps was about everything in our lives is mirror of who we are. This one also we have discussed in length and breadth. I'm not going to again repeat. People who have missed yesterday, please go through the recording and be ready for we complete the day 4 exercise also. Think of the people in your life who are the most challenging for you. What are the traits that bother you the most about them? And we are supposed to write them down also. And in this exercise, we are supposed to understand that whatever we have jotted down, right? And whatever we have learned about themselves, those are nothing but the traits. That is a mirror belief about ourselves also. Those traits can also be found. There were two aspects. Those traits can also be found in us, and that's the point to see it. And another way of seeing is we, as we accept ourselves, we can also we should not we should we choose to accept others also and others limitations as per our perspective. It is not basically limitations or basically a kind of weakness. It is just that we think that they are supposed to do in some way and they are not doing. That is why we are not able to accept them as they are. So in this particular journaling exercise, we are going deeper and understanding what is that actually we are not able to accept about ourselves and about others. Then in the day 4 meditation, we have seen like how we do a creative visualization and see that the things which we are holding are going away one by one. We have also used the process for anchoring to remove the unwanted things from our mind. Now let's start day 5, and the day 5 is all about building your self-esteem. In day 4, we have let go of all the unwanted stuff from our life. Now we are clean, or at least we have removed few of the unwanted things, if not full. It's a continuous process, it's a journey. Now that we have removed few, now let's build the self-esteem and let's see how author is advising us to do so. May I request someone to take over and start reading?
Yes,
Shall I read?
May I read?
Yes. Ravina ji. Okay. Yeah, please, Ravina ji.
Building your. I'm clear, no?
Yes, pretty clear.
Building your self esteem. Today, you learn more about loving yourself with respect, gratitude, and the realization that your body, mind, and soul are miracles to be appreciated. How do you feel when you wake up? How did you feel when you woke up this morning? Did you smile when you looked in the mirror and said, I love you, darling. I really love you. Are you starting to believe it? After just a few days of mirror work, you may see that it has already started making a difference in your life. You may be smiling a little more today. You may be feeling much better when you looked in the mirror and see your beautiful face. You may be feeling much better about yourself. Are you beginning to love and approve of the person you see in the mirror? Love is the great miracle cure. Loving ourselves works miracles in our lives. I have discovered that no matter what the problem is, the best way to resolve it is to start loving yourself. Loving yourself means having a great respect for everything about you, inside and out. It is deep gratitude for the miracle of your body and your mind and your soul. Loving yourself is appreciation to such a degree that it fills your heart until it bursts, overflowing with the joy of being you. It is impossible to really love yourself unless you have self approval and self acceptance. Do you scold and criticize yourself endlessly? Do you believe you are unlovable? Do you live in chaos and disorder? Do you attract lovers and mates who belittle you? Do you mistreat your body with unhealthy food choices and stressful thoughts? If you deny your good in any way, it is an act of not loving yourself. I remember a woman I worked with who wore contact lenses. When she did her mirror work, she began to release an old fear from her childhood. In a few days, scroll down. In a few days, she complained that her contact lenses were bothering her to the point that she couldn't wear them anymore. When she took them out, she looked around and found that her eyesight was almost perfectly clear. Still, she spent the entire day saying, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That was her affirmation. The next day, she was back to wearing her contacts. She wouldn't allow herself to believe that she had created perfect eyesight, and her disbelief was confirmed. The universe gave her exactly what she asked for. This is how powerful our thoughts are.
Great. Thank you, Ravinaji.
Yeah.
So wonderfully, author has shared one example wherein it is very much pretty evident that if we are unable to believe, then it is not our reality. We will definitely repel the reality. And that is what happened here. And many times we fall into the trap of this kind of attitude, wherein actually we get an opportunity, we get something really great, and if someone says that okay, I really respect you, I really love you, I really like you, or similar terms, we create a doubt. Really? Isn't it? Just think if something similar happened and we created doubt. How come this person is saying this? What kind of hidden benefit or hidden agenda that person might be having? But if someone says something negative, then we take that very like seriously and think that okay, how can that person say this me? That time we do not create a negative belief that whether oh, okay, maybe that person by mistakenly told, or we never ask that do you really mean it. We never ask the negative things, right? So this is again the wrong pattern that we only have created, and it is up to us how we can now change this pattern to a new pattern. So let's continue. May I request someone else? I think Nisaji and Silpaji, one of you, please take over. You both were actually ready that time.
So may I?
Yes, Nisaji.
Uh, I think your day 5 mirror work exercise from there, right?
No, think. Yeah, think how perfect.
Think how perfect you were when you were a tiny baby. Babies do not have to do anything to become perfect. They already are perfect. They act as if they know it. They know they are the center of the universe. They are not afraid to ask for what they want. They freely express their emotions. You know when a baby is angry. In fact, the whole neighborhood knows. You know when a sorry. You also know when babies are happy. Their smiles light up a room. They are full of love. Tiny babies will die if they do not get love. Once we are older, we learn to live without love or try to, but babies will not stand for it. Babies love every part of their bodies. You were like that at one time. We were all like that. Then we began to listen to adults around us who had learned to be fearful, and we began to deny our own magnificence. Today, put all criticism and negative self talk aside. Let go of your old mindset, the one that berates you and resists change. Release other people's opinions of you. Affirm, I am good enough. I am worth loving. Your, should I continue?
Yes, please, Nisaji.
Your day 5 mirror work exercise. Stand in front of your bathroom mirror. Look into your eyes. Say this affirmation: I love and approve of myself. Keep saying it over and over again. I love and approve of myself. Repeat this affirmation at least 100 times a day. Yes, that's right. 100 times. Let I love and approve of myself become your mantra. Each time you pass a mirror or see your reflection, repeat this affirmation. This is an exercise I have given to hundreds and hundreds of people over the years. The results are absolutely phenomenal when people stick with it. Remember, mirror work does not work in theory, it only works in practice. If you do it, it really will make a difference.
Thank you. Thank you, Nisaji.
Thank you.
So, may I request someone else to take over from here? Silpa ji.
Yes, I could.
Yes, go ahead.
So, it's from this is an exercise, right?
No, no. If any negative thought
If any
comes.
negative thoughts, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, if any negative thoughts come up, such as, how can I approve of myself when I'm fat? Or it's silly to think that I can think this way, or I'm not good. Don't resist them. Don't fight them. Don't judge them. Let them just be there. Stay focused on what you really want to experience, which is to love and approve of yourself. You can gently let go of other thoughts that intrude and stay focused on, I love myself and approve of myself. What we are doing in mirror work is trying to get back to the heart of who we really are. We want to experience who we are when we are not judging ourselves. The power is within you. Your day 5 journaling exercise. Number 1, write down some of the ways you don't love yourself or ways you express your lack of self-worth. Do you criticize your body? Do you talk down to yourself? Number 2, write down some of the negative opinions you think others have of you. For each of these negative opinions, write down an affirmation to turn it into a positive statement. For example, you could change, my mother thinks I'm fat, to, I am beautiful exactly as I am. Number 3, make a list of all the reasons why you love yourself. Make another list of why people love to spend time with you. Number 4, post these loving lists where you can see them every day. Your heart thought for day 5. I love being me. Can you imagine how wonderful it would be if you could live your life without ever being criticized by anyone? Wouldn't it be wonderful to feel totally at ease, totally comfortable? You would get up in the morning and know you were going to have a wonderful day because everybody would love you and nobody would put you down. You would feel just great. You know what? You can give this to yourself. You can make the experience of living with yourself the most wonderful experience imaginable. You can wake up in the morning and feel the joy of spending another day with you.
Amazing. So may I request someone else to take over the last paragraph, the affirmations?
I'll do that.
Yes, Srikant.
Yeah. Your day 5 meditation, affirmations for self esteem. I'm totally adequate for all situations. I choose to feel good about myself. I'm worthy of my own love.
Little slowly would be better.
Yeah.
Just let's feel the emotion as we are reading. Yeah.
Yes.
Because particularly this is the affirmation, that is why I told.
Got it. I am totally adequate for all situations. I choose to feel good about myself. I am worthy of my own love. I stand on my own 2 feet. I accept and use my own power. It is safe for me to speak up for myself. I am loved and accepted exactly as I am, right here and right now. My self esteem is high because I honor who I am. My life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. I am neither too little nor too much, and I don't have to prove myself to anyone. Life supports me in every possible way. My consciousness is filled with loving, positive, healthy thoughts that are reflected in my experience. The greatest gift I can give myself is unconditional love. I love myself exactly as I am. I no longer wait to be perfect in order to love myself.
Wow,
Wonderful.
such a relaxing and calming and soothing affirmation, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
So we are kind of now moving from letting go to accepting ourselves. We can accept ourselves only when we are not creating any further guilt. If we are not able to do anything or not able to come up to the expectations that others have or I have for my own self, still I am worthy enough to be loved, to be respected, and the core is going to experience the freedom and love when we do that. So this is really a very empowering set of affirmation that let's try to use them in our thought process more often, and our thought will be transformed from not acceptance to acceptance. When we start accepting ourselves unconditionally, we will also experience and easily accept others. So this comes to an end of day 5, and we will again do the reflection of day 5 in a different perspective tomorrow. And if time permits, we'll move to day 6 tomorrow. So with this, I am keeping the forum open for anyone else if anyone wants to share anything. Otherwise, we are good to close the call.
I have a question.
Sure, Abhinayji.
This affirmation, I am neither too little nor too much, and I do not have to prove myself to anyone. We should omit that.
No,
Have to prove.
it is not omitting. Actually, I marked it to emphasize that actually I do not
Okay,
have to
okay.
prove myself to anyone. It is such a powerful thing. See,
Yes,
if we reflect, most of the time we are making our life uncomfortable with others because
yes,
we want to prove that whatever I say or I am saying is correct. So
right.
the in that process actually we are making it more complicated, most of the things. So I do not need to prove myself to anyone. Heart in heart, I know whatever I have done is appropriate and right to the situation. I have to make sure that I am making sure that it is all good and I am doing all right. And
Okay,
after that, I need not to prove to anyone. If someone is not able to understand, it is a matter of time. Give them the space, and they will eventually understand and respect if we give the space to them to understand. If we start proving, another reason why it doesn't work, because generally when we try to prove ourselves, the emotion of the other person and our emotions are also at the high. And when the emotions are at a high, the logic goes low. Means we lose the power to reason. Reasoning power goes very low. So when we do not have the logical mind working properly, the reasoning mind not working properly, how can I prove the better way? And how can the other person will understand what I am trying to prove? It is all like it will bounce. And both the parties will think that okay, why it is bouncing? I'm saying it so clearly the thing, but the other person is unable to understand or see it in the right way. Anyone face this kind of situation?
Yeah, I have experienced it.
Yes, often happened.
yes,
Yes.
yes, Vikas. Yes, it often happens actually, and I think that is the mistake we do.
Yes. So this is the reason why actually it happens. So it is now we understood that it is not the fault of the other person. It is how our system is designed. When we are high at emotion, our logical mind goes low. We cannot reason properly. So we cannot give a proper judgment, but we are thinking that we are giving a proper judgment, proper way of explanation. And even if we somehow able to control our emotion and give the proper judgment, the other person might not be in a position to understand because the other person is also at a high emotion. So let's let's make a point today that whenever next we are going to face such situation in relationship, it will come similar kind of situation. We will just accept the situation, accept the person, and understand that I do not need to prove it right now. Whatever I want to say, I can wait, and when the emotion settles in both the parties, that time I will say very cordially. That will bring so difference, or the relationship will start so differently, um, like signing that you will be surprised very soon. Okay, great. So
I can give an example from
yes,
yesterday.
yeah.
I was in the car with somebody and I was looking out of the window, and this person who was driving the car suddenly made a loud sound, which made me, we were waiting at a traffic light and I thought something happened, something really bad happened. So I looked and I didn't see anything happening. So I just wondered and I asked this person, what happened? And he said that he gave a sign to another person to come out and get onto the traffic lane in front of him. not realizing that there was a opposite traffic coming on and there could have been a collision, and a very bad collision. And because I was afraid, because that sound, what he made, scared me, I kind of said, oh my God, that scared me so much. And just before I could react to this and say something, I just realized I was doing it. He did it out of fear and responsibility. And my reaction was also because of fear that was caused by the sound. As soon as I realized, I said, okay, now it's a time to have gratitude. Nothing has happened. This is just a warning. So now we should be focused and drive to our destination. So I felt that I was aware at that point that I did not need to prove him that how scared I was by the sound that he made, you know? So it really helped me to focus on the fear that was created within me because of an external sound.
Very
And yes, and then we went, and then later on in the evening we talked about it, and we said, okay, that was an experience. Finished. It was done.
very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Simpati, for sharing the experience, and it really means we can easily connect. And Nisaji wants to share also. Please go ahead, Nisaji.
Yes, I just want to thank you, Bikashi, because just now when you were explaining about कि कोई हमें कॉम्प्लीमेंट देता है, कोई कहता है आई लव यू, आई लाइक यू, तो हम उसे ले नहीं पाते हैं, मतलब वी डोंट बिलीव इट. सो आई हैव रेड दिस बुक लाइक 2 times, पूरा कंप्लीट नहीं किया, लेकिन डे 5 का एक्सरसाइज मैंने ऑलरेडी 2-3 बार पढ़ा है. फिर भी मुझे ये मतलब रियलाइजेशन उतना नहीं हुआ जितना जब आपने एक्सप्लेन किया. So I just want to thank you for it, because I have done this in my life. Somebody was saying to me like, I love you, I like you. I never used to believe. And the way you mentioned ना कि ulterior motive ऐसा होता है, ऐसा हम सोचते हैं. So
हाँ,
it is like that. And one more thing you mentioned, like जब तक हम अपने मतलब जैसे लुईस ने कहा, unless you love yourself, you won't believe all these things, right? So actually, if you see my Gmail signature, it is love is the only way to make peace. So I have written this long way. I mean, पता नहीं कितने साल हुआ जब जीमेल शुरू हुआ था नया नया, शायद तब देयर वाज अ फैड नो कि जीमेल का कुछ सिग्नेचर होना चाहिए आपके ईमेल आईडी के साथ, ऐसे जब आप ईमेल भेजते हो. सो
true.
आई हैव दिस इवन नाउ, लव इज द ओनली वे टू मेक पीस. बट ये रियलाइजेशन मुझे अभी मतलब अभी जब एक्सप्लेन कर रहे थे तब मुझे ये रियलाइजेशन हुआ है कि ऐसे मेरे साथ हो चुका है कितनी बार कि
Wow.
लोगों ने कहा है कि यू आई लव यू या फिर आई लाइक यू, दे कॉम्प्लीमेंट, एंड आई नेवर बिलीव इट. सो और नेगेटिव बातें हम जल्दी से बिलीव कर लेते हैं कि
Wow.
किसी ने कहा तुम लेजी हो तो यस आई एम लेजी, ऐसे हम बोल भी देते हैं खुद को. तो थैंक यू सो मच विकास जी, इट रियली आई मीन समटाइम्स नो सम थिंग्स जस्ट ऐसे बल्ब की तरह ग्लो हो जाते हैं.
Correct. It is so great actually that you have realized it, and you know unknowingly you have repeated, and few of others who might have missed this context when I was explaining. Now that you have actually pointed it out again and explained how it helped you, that time some few more would have definitely correlated and found it out as a bulb one moment. So it is so great, and we all are thankful to you again. So we should keep sharing, and that's how actually we will be able to realize few things which we ourselves cannot see. By the experience of others, by the explanation of others, we will try to find it out. That's really great.
यस थैंक यू. आई ऑल्सो वांट टू एडमिट कि समटाइम्स ऐसे मतलब जब आप जानते हो तो थोड़ा बोर भी लगना लग जाता है, लेकिन
हाँ,
चीजें ऐसे होती हैं कि जो जैसे आपने कहा था लास्ट टाइम, मैंने जब 300 मैसेज में से सिर्फ आपका मैसेज, मतलब इट इज नॉट अ कोइंसिडेंस. सो सम थिंग्स आर, they are bound to happen. You tend to pay attention when it is right for you. So maybe it's like that. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
thank you very much. So great, we had a very great meeting today. So let's revise. We have a good weekend to revise again and be ready with fully like with a better mindset and better catch up on Monday again. Thank you all. Have a good day ahead. Have a good weekend ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vikashi and all.
Thank you, Suman ji.
Thank you all. Lovely
Thank
session.
you.
Rashi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ignacy.